work on my communication skills. It's been one of the biggest things that's helped me in my personal life more than anything.
Meet Mike Haydon. Mike has been helping people go off-grid and live a more sustainable life for over 15 years. Passing on his knowledge is his passion to enable people to go off-grid smarter, faster, and cheaper.
Our mission is to help people become more sustainable with renewable energy and be more self-sufficient. My biggest problem in life right now is people problems. It's cheaper right now to buy batteries and solar than pay an energy company. We have a software where we guarantee people that are connected to the grid $0 bills on their energy bills.
He has courses that help you go full solar that start at $300 all the way up to $10K for one-on-one coaching.
We don't try and sell people. Everything we do is a real educational process. That's my what I want to do with customers. And we're really aware that around those COVID days, we're a business that's doing about $5 million a year turnover. On an annual basis at the moment, we do about $1 million turnover.
Welcome Mike Haydon to the show. Mike has been helping people go off-grid and live a more sustainable life for over 15 years. Passing on his knowledge is his passion to enable people to go off-grid smarter, faster, and cheaper. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, let's kick this off with, what's your mission on the planet?
Our mission is to help people become more sustainable with renewable energy and be more self-sufficient. When I first got into this, it was one of the things I thought, how could I help people do more with less in life? And we went on that mission to help educate people of how easy it is to actually be self-sufficient for your energy.
Yeah, love it. And in your previous life, what did you do before? And then what inflection point made you start your business?
I did a couple of things. I had a large sales company. One of the biggest things at the inflection point, I was helping small businesses that were in trouble financially. I had a business called Business Turnaround, and I was helping restructure businesses. And getting into the solar part of it, I was actually coaching a client who ran a solar business and who was in trouble, and he just didn't want to do it anymore. And so I ended up taking over the business, and I had a passion for it. And yeah, the rest is history. So,
okay, good segue to talk about today and your offers. So what do you actually sell? And if you could guide me through your offer stack, and let's start at the low price points going up to the high end.
Yeah, so we offer a whole range of courses online, and that's, I suppose, been one of the biggest transitions and struggles for us as a business. 15 years ago, we started selling a course, and we transitioned into actually selling full complete services. So someone could call us up and they could buy a whole off-grid solar system from us, and we'd get all the parts, get installed. About 2.5 years ago, we decided we wanted to get more back into selling the products online. So we sell a mini course, which is help design people to make better educated decisions when they're looking to go off grid. So it's a low cost item for a couple of $100. And we see the value in that course. People could save thousands just by doing the course and get themselves educated. And then we move more up to more of an advanced course. If someone was looking to buy the products themselves and do all the installation, we have a sort of do-it-yourself program of how to manage and do your own install. And then, of course, we still offer the service where we supply the products and we organize installation and that physical part of it. But that's what we want to transition away from and invest more into online and the online courses.
What are the specific price points? Where does it start? Where does it end?
So our prices start from $300. And for the online courses, we actually have a course at the moment. It's about $2,000. And we actually also have a course which is $15,000 Australian, so it's about 10,000 US.
Right, and that's like, let's talk about the 10K USD. What is that like? Is that just on demand? Does it come with one-on-one group coaching? How long is the course? Is it one time? Is it recurring?
Yeah, so the high-end course, it's a one-on-one. It's a really from start to finish. We teach people how to. And it's more than just a solar system with that there. It's how to design your house, build more efficiently, find the right property in the first place.
Right.
So someone there that comes to us is looking to buy a whole block of land, build a house from scratch. And we hold their hand from finding the block of land to turning the lights on, literally, in the process. So
clear. Yeah. If I were to interview some of your clients, why do they buy from you? Like, what problem are you truly solving for them?
I think it's the biggest thing that we're just that trusted professional that it's a big investment for people to, you're designing a house. It's probably one of the biggest investments that you would do in your life. Knowing that they're going to get the right product and install. And we give that trust where that third party opinion when they're dealing with builders or contractors that the way I also like to explain it is we're their translator, because it can be quite technical with solar and batteries and buying the right products for building houses. We're the translator to help them translate and understand what it is that they're getting into.
Okay. And just real quick, what year did you launch the business as is with the current offer stack?
Technically, 2013, we started doing the courses, and yeah, we transitioned really quickly within the first 2 years to doing more installations.
Yeah.
And in 2022, we had a freak flood event in our town. We had our business wasn't in a flood area, and the flood waters went 6.5 meters higher than it ever been before. So we lost a whole warehouse full of batteries and solar and all that sort of stuff. And that's where that reflection point for me is gone. Let's really push and get back into the online courses and promote that, because I can see how valuable it is and how much we can help people out with. So yeah.
That makes sense. And then what software tools do you use to deliver that value today to customers?
So there's a few different tools that we use. We use the Passion.io app. We also use Mighty Networks for a few things with that there, and we're
Yeah.
really trying to amalgamate and get everything more into one platform. We have a few different softwares we use at the moment, because we're transitioning from one program to another and just trying to really amalgamate into one.
Just like out of curiosity, why do you have two? Like, why do you have Passion and Mighty? What's the logic there?
When we first started with Passion, there was a few things that Passion didn't deliver and
Yeah.
couldn't offer us. So we use Mighty as a temporary solution until we work stuff out with the app and with Passion. So yeah.
Okay, clear. Let's talk about success. So, how many total paying clients do you have today, and how many new clients join every month?
So with our online services, we have about over 1,000 clients that we've brought on board in the last couple of years, because we're still in that transition of, our main business right now, our core business is delivering full installed products. So that physical installation and supplying physical products. And we really haven't successfully that transition over to focus on just the online products. So what works really successful for us right now, and that I suppose the biggest success we've had with the app, is when someone buys a complete system from us, we give them access to the app for free. And that's really helped us with our customer service, people really understanding what they're getting. Because going off grid is completely different to a grid connected solar system. There's a lot more to learn and understand. And that's where the biggest success we've had with the app, the amount of touch points I've had to have with the customer, that once they've bought a system, they go through the process in the app. That's really helped our onboarding process.
Just like, because I try to picture this thing myself. Is it like an instruction manual app, so that when I buy the parts, I get with that app like the instructions on how to set everything up that it works? Or
Yeah, so that's more of our high-end course. So if you're looking to do it all yourself,
right?
living off grid's very different to living connected to the grid. A lot of people, are just used to turning on a PowerPoint and there's power there. Off grid, there's so much more to it with, the rain, the wind, the sun, how many things you can turn on at once. It's a very steep learning curve going off grid. So our app's more designed to help people to understand the limitations of their system that they've purchased, basically.
Got it.
Yeah.
And where's the business at revenue wise, typical month, or right now?
Yeah, so on an annual basis at the moment, we do about $1 million turnover, and that's since the floods. We're way down, is the reality. So, since the floods, we're starting from scratch and pretty much rebuilding the business again from scratch. So we're back at that $1 million a year revenue. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment.
Wait, let me understand. I mean, let's say to understand growth or whatever happened since, let's say, COVID, since 2020, what happened? Sounds like up, down, up. So like number wise, year on year, what really happened?
Yeah, so with COVID didn't really accelerate things for us. We were pretty consistent. Around those COVID days, we were a business that doing about $5 million a year turnover.
Yeah.
And it was pretty consistent, not much changed. And then because we couldn't get supply of products, that was one of the biggest challenges through COVID. So even though we had a load of demand, we couldn't deliver. And then once the floods hit, the business sort of dropped down to about 500,000 a year. I went from 10 staff to back being by myself. Our whole town, like literally 8 out of my 10 staff lost their houses, completely underwater and lost everything.
Wow.
So overnight we lost 10 staff and had to start again. So, and that's where we really on transition to the online course again, get back into doing that because we couldn't deliver the services from selling physical products. So the last 2 years we've been building things back up, and we've got back to that $1 million a year turnover in the last 2 years. So yeah.
If you think the creator economy is really interesting, then I got something for you. On milliondollarcreators.club, we actually created a database of all the creators out there, and you see not just their fans, followers, subscribers, but actually how much money are they making. So with that, we bring now transparency into the creator economy, and you really see how are the best of the best get their customers, price their offers, create their offer stack, get customers, which tools are they using, how will they grow and triple their business going forward. So if that's interesting for you, including lists of who makes the most revenue, who has the fastest revenue growth, who has the biggest audience, who has the fastest growing audience, who makes the most revenue per follower, and who has the most exciting offer stack from low end all the way to the high end, then go to milliondollarcreators.club and enjoy the data. Okay, so last year so essentially 5 million, 2022 were the floods, 500,000, 90% decline, then back up to $1 million in last year, 2023, and now you're at that $1 million and you want to take it up further. Is that correct?
That's it. So yeah, we will do $1 million turnover again this year for a financial year for us, and then we're definitely looking to expand and add new services to what we do.
Very clear. Just again, I didn't fully get it earlier. To how many customers does that translate? Let's say in a typical month, let's say in a typical month today.
So yeah, we do about 100 to 150 customers a year selling complete services. Yeah.
So 10 to 12
high-end products. Yeah.
Got it. 10 to 12 clients. Okay. That makes sense. Is there any recurring component in the business, or is it you sell and then once it's done, it's done? Is there anything recurrent?
So that's what we're more transitioning to. We want to add, because with someone that goes off grid, we're someone's power company for 20 years. If someone wants to buy a new washing machine, example, they'll phone me and say, "Hey, will this washing machine work on my solar system?" We are adding more of a subscription basis on an annually basis to get that with customers, or more of a recurring revenue. And we've also started offering systems to grid connected customers where we can charge a subscription fee to, we have a software where we guarantee people that are connected to the grid $0 bills on their energy bills. If they buy solar and batteries from us and get onto our plan for 5 years, which is a subscription model, we'll guarantee them $0 bills for 5 years. So
nice. Yeah. Let's talk real quick about the cost side of the business. So if I were to have that secret chat with your accountant, what are the big items on the cost side of the business? How big is the team? What else? Tools, contractors, the panels itself? I don't know. What is driving the cost side?
Yeah, so cost for us is the physical equipment. We aim to make about 30% margin on most of our sales. And most of that cost that we have is literally the products, the physical products in the system. So us as a team, we contract all the installations, and we have a very small team. We have 3 or 4 people that work for us full time, and some of those are outsourced as well. So we have 2 full-time staff, and the rest are outsourced. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. 30% margin. What do you do with the proceeds? Where do you invest? Where do you spend the money?
At the moment, it's getting over flood debt. We didn't have flood insurance, so because we weren't in a flood area. So literally right now, everything goes back into paying off. I was lucky with a lot of my suppliers; they gave us flood credit, so we had to replace a lot of the items that were affected by the flood. So I've negotiated terms with everyone to say, "Hey, look, that's the flood deal. We'll pay that off over time and let us continue to trade as business normal." So yeah, that's where a lot of it goes at the moment, and we've just really started reinvesting in advertising to take the business to that next level. So
lovely segue to talk about lead generation, customer acquisition. How do you get eyeballs, awareness for your offers?
Currently, at the moment, our most successful platform at the moment is YouTube. We have a YouTube channel where we make a lot of how-to videos and we do product reviews. That's really successful for us, and Facebook advertising.
Before we continue, there's one favor I would like to ask. If you enjoy what we do here and you enjoy the guests that we bring, please join $1 Million Creators by hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll make you a deal. I do everything in my power to make this show bigger and better for you. Do we have a deal? Enjoy the show. And what's the funnel then from awareness to purchase?
So a lot of our customers that are looking to purchase a system, they're about a 3-month wait. And a lot of people, so if they're looking to buy a block of land, they'll normally call us first, find out what the price is to get power to that block of land. So once they call up, get an inquiry, we then put them on a drip campaign with an email marketing campaign, which is to really educate them. Our whole intention is to educate people is to buy the biggest system possible from day one. And that can take about 3 months on an email marketing campaign. And then also they get access to the app. That's another thing that they do. So once they come in, they get access to a mini course within the app, and that's help educate them, get them through. And then once they make a decision to buy from us, we give them full access to the whole program.
Wait a second. So YouTube, Facebook, social media, then you get the email address and you nurture them, and you actually use the app to nurture them more effectively over the course of 3 months to then sell the high ticket offer. Is that correct?
That's it. They get free access to a mini course, is what we call it. And that mini course has really helped them educate on what's the best products for them to buy.
Interesting. A free mini course.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what KPIs have changed without app versus with app?
Honestly, I couldn't really answer that. That's it's something actually we're looking at the moment of where all our leads are coming from and what campaigns are really working. We've just been so busy delivering service, so I haven't had a good chance to look at the KPIs and see where it really comes from. So
let me ask differently then.
The agenda this week. So,
what's your secret to grow and convert your audience?
I think it's education. We don't try and sell people. Everything we do is a real educational process. That's my what I want to do with customers, and we're really aware that most solar companies or most people that work in what we do is like buy today, get 2 free solar panels. We don't do any of that sort of stuff. We don't offer anything free. We actually, when someone purchases a system from us, we do give them some free products, but there's nothing mentioned of that until they've physically paid us. Our whole process is education. We know if we can educate them properly, that when they're ready to make that decision, they'll choose the best products possible for them.
Yeah. Okay, then let me double click on that and let's see if we can close the loop with the previous question. Of the high ticket sales that you're making, how many have completed a course before?
So that high sales ticket, we only started offering that about 12 months ago. And I would say no one's actually physically completed the whole course. We'd have 3 or 4 people in those pipelines, and within the next 6 months, they'll finish it because it is a 12-month program.
Yeah. I mean, courses, the market standard of completion is 4%. Yeah. So someone completing the course is actually something which is rather, depends a bit on how you do the course, but quite often what you do is you have, let's say, different milestones within a course. Has someone started, has someone reached a certain day or a certain milestone within the course, and then actually this person spent time with us consuming content, and for that reason has built a relationship with us and therefore is likelier to convert into something. Any of that? Like, have you looked into any of that, or is that too early?
So with the people we have board on the high ticket course right now, because we're helping people, they've engaged and they're looking at buying a property. So as an example, we have people that are still searching for properties. We have people in the funds of getting finance for their properties. We have people that have purchased the property and they're looking to design their house and how to build it. So there's a few different people that we're different ways through that course with people where they're at. So, but it all really comes down to, as an example, it might take them 6 months before they make the decision on the property they want to buy, and then could take a couple more months to get the finance and go through that. So, that's why we have people at all different stages at the moment.
Let's talk about the future. We want to crack that 5 million again. So what strategy will enable you to get there in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months. So I'm pretty excited to make that happen again in the next 12 months. I think the biggest thing for me is to automate and use the tools more that we have. Like using the app more effectively, using our email marketing campaigns more effectively, and just engaging with people. I do spend a lot of time one-on-one with people and saying the same thing over and over again. And that was the whole intention, I suppose. The reason we started our YouTube channel, 15 years ago, is because I found out I was saying the same thing over again. I would make a video to get that out to people. I think the key to really educating and accelerating is using the app and taking more advantage to get those messages out to people.
What's the biggest thing holding you back from unlocking that next level of your business? And what's your best bet to resolve it?
People. My biggest problem in life right now is people problems. We just don't have the staff to do all the work that's required to be done.
What's the bottleneck? Like what position or what role?
Um, Administration and integrating the services. Like I know the app's pretty powerful and we could get more out of it, and I just physically don't have someone to go through that every single day and set up all the notifications and send emails out, and I end up spending more time reacting to people calling me than us on top of educating them. So
Right.
yeah.
What's the biggest potential marketing channel to drive massive growth going forward?
In Australia, we're at a point where it all needs, when it comes to being self-sufficient and being, it's cheaper right now to buy batteries and solar than pay an energy company. So there's a huge potential for us to scale that part of the business, and it all comes down to education. So many people buy the wrong products, and it's a big investment, but there's a huge opportunity here in Australia to, like I said, it is cheaper to pay for solar and batteries and actually buy from the energy market in Australia. So there's a huge opportunity. It's just come on board because the prices have reached that point where it's cheaper to buy solar and batteries than pay an energy company. So yeah.
And what market channel is that? Is that more education on YouTube then, or how would you get? Where would you market in order to get more customers?
Most of our customers over the years have come from YouTube because that's been our thing. I think a lot of people are looking to really learn and understand it. I think videos is very powerful. I think for us, learning to find out where people watch the most amount of videos and content and get our videos in front of those people, whether it will be Facebook or YouTube, or to really accelerate that part, because it comes down to education. If someone's really well educated, most people will buy the bigger, better system than what the masses are being sold at the moment.
Yeah, it makes sense. Next section is called Favorite 5. It's a fast-paced section. I will increase the speed. You can answer in one word. Let's see how quickly we can get through it. Let's go. What's your favorite business book?
My favorite business book, it'd be The Sales Skills Accelerator from a guy called Mike Irving from a company called Advanced Business Abilities.
What is your favorite way to get inspiration or to learn and grow?
YouTube.
What's your favorite person that you are studying, your role model?
Stephen Bartlett, I would say, from Diary of a CEO.
Right. I love him as well. What's your favorite event or conference that you have attended or would love to attend?
Ooh, an event I really want to go to is James Wedmore's Digital CEO.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite online tool for building your company?
So what was that question?
Your favorite online tool for building your company?
Our favorite online tool, I would say YouTube.
And what's your favorite city or place that you would love to move to?
Somewhere in the States. Maybe Texas.
Texas. Whereabouts? Like Austin, Denver?
I don't know. We're actually
Dallas, right? Dallas, Houston.
Yeah. We're going to the States in October, November for a month. We're going to do Halloween over there. My wife's mad about Halloween. So we're going to go spend a month over there and check the place out. I've never been. So my best mate's from Boston. So we're going to check it out.
Nice. What's the biggest thing on your mind?
Finding good people. Yeah.
Interesting. Personal section. How many hours do you work per week?
I only work 8 hours a day, 40 hours. So I start at 3 a.m. I go to the gym at 5:30, and then I come home and I only do 9 till 3. So yeah.
Nice. And how many hours do you sleep per night then?
So I'm pretty efficient. I actually go to bed at 7 a.m. and I get 6 to 7 hours each night. So they say every hour before midnight's worth 2 afterwards. So yeah.
Okay. And what's the situation? Are you married, single? And
Yep,
do you have any
married
kids?
2 kids.
Nice. And what's your age?
I'm 44 this year in November.
Lovely. Final section is the advice section. If you were to lose everything today again and have to do it all over again, how would you do it?
Well, I can speak from experience for that. Look, I think the biggest thing for me is get good people around you. I didn't realize after the floods and losing everything of how depressed I was for a period of time. But just realizing it's all one big game, and it's just time. That's all the reality is. It's just time and having really good support staff around you. Good support. One of the biggest things that really helped me out was my business coach. Helping me out and getting stuck back in, get me back on track.
What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received from someone else?
Best piece of advice. I would say invest in more in your communication skills. It's something for me that I did as a business point of view back in 2006, 2007, and I've continued every year to work on my communication skills. It's been one of the biggest things that's helped me in my personal life more than anything. And also, it's been a bonus to have better communication skills in business.
Yeah, I can relate to that. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Put more money away when you're making it. And just remember, it's still a game. Everything's experience that you get. I look at how quickly, after I've lost the floods, in reality, you're within 2 years, we got everything back. And I would say I've only been back into it for a year. And I look back to all that experience and skills that I had from everything I've done in life to this point in time. That's really helped me out. So, yeah.
That's Mike Haydon. Mike has been helping people to go off grid and live a more sustainable life for over 15 years. He is passing on his knowledge, is his passion, and he really wants to enable people to go off grid. So making the planet more sustainable with renewable energy. He was back in the days like in the restructuring businesses, then bought a business, and that kind of like paved the way into the whole solar system, this whole solar world. Today, he is selling courses as well and systems in order to get off grid. It starts at $300 Australian and goes up to 10K USD actually, which is 15K Australian. And ultimately, it's important when you build your own house that you know what you're doing and make the right decisions, and that education is really helpful. So if that's interesting for you, check it out. It's currently it's like 10 to 12 customers a month coming in, but that translates into $1 million Australian dollar business. And he wants to now rebuild that up to the 5 million where he was before the floods. And the team is lean. It's like 2 FTE on top of himself and a few contractors. Equipment is the biggest cost, and the proceeds go into dealing with the flood damages of the past. And hopefully that is paid off soon, and then he can reinvest it in the business and into his life. He gets people through YouTube meta ads, and then into an email nurture sequence for 3 months, including a mini course offered inside an app to educate before people buy then the real deal. And that's a secret on how he converts people. He wants to go forward, automate more, use the tools more, do better email marketing. But the key bottleneck is to find the right people. If he can do that, then he can triple the business. YouTube is a good channel to do that, and sky's the limit. So thank you so much, Mike, for sharing your passion and taking us to the next level.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt.